Hello everyone, welcome to this channel and thanks for subscribing to this channel. A veteran journalist, Seth Akintoye, has given advice to Tinubu's campaigners and those in support of him not to mix campaign with propaganda. He said they should be focused on their goals instead of engaging in irrelevant things like the use of gutter languages or vulgar words, name-calling and vituperation. He also stated that all this won't help them and instead they should focus on achieving their goals. Now, the news in full details. My advice for Tinubu's campaigners by Seth Akintoye. I think Tinubu campaigners should separate campaign from propaganda. I have said this before on this platform. I cherish Tinubu, his political sagacity and tenacity of purpose, though I am not necessarily his fan. Gutter language, name-calling and vituperation will not help their principal cause. Political campaign is about selling your candidate to the electorate by telling them his ability, competence, sagacity, track record, sincerity, genuineness of purpose, and presenting a workable manifesto that can bring the good old days back to Nigeria. For example, I am interested in how Tinubu will build the nation out of debts hanging on our necks like a sword of Damocles. How does he want to stop the perennial fuel importation and dubious subsidy claims that are killing the economy? How does he want to, in a concrete way, address the annual ritual of ASUU strike? What program does he have to boost our foreign reserves and stabilize the naira? What's his agenda for curtailing corruption, etc.? All these are what he should focus on. So what Seth Akintoye is saying is that instead of Tinubu's political campaigners should focus on irrelevant things like gutter language, the use of vulgar words and vituperation, they should focus on the things that have plagued Nigeria. They should focus on the subject matter. Things like the ASUU strike, things like to stabilize our currency that has lost its value, how to boost our economy, how to stop and address the issue of fuel importation by creating refineries and different other things that actually plague Nigeria, how to tackle the issue of insecurity. So that is what Seth Akintoye has told the political campaigners of Tinubu to focus on. Let them tell us how they are going to address the issue instead of doing irrelevant things. Now, reading on, he could hire competent and knowledgeable people to do this and not people who are out for rufo fights, all in the name of defending Asiwaju. Nigerians are more knowledgeable now than in 2015. Tinubu presented Buhari to us in 2015 as a messiah who will start effecting visible changes in 6 months. Behold, this is Buhari's 8th year. Rather than improving, things are getting worse. Yes, Buhari's administration is almost 8 years, and he told us that in 6 months' time he's going to tackle all the challenges Nigeria is going to have. And it was actually Tinubu that was instrumental to President Muhammadu Buhari's emergence as a president. And he told us that he's going to tackle all these things in 6 months. And now it's almost 8 years, yet nothing has been done. Instead, everything has just become worse. And Nigerians are already knowledgeable and wiser since 2015. That should put us in a better position to do the right thing. Still reading on. What went wrong? We want to know. How is Tinubu's presidency going to be different from Buhari's own, even though they are of the same APC? How can he gain our confidence again after Buhari's total failure and disappointment? These are issues the electorate are interested in now. Buhari has imposed a lot of hardship on the people, like Solomon in the Bible, who sent the people on forced labor, all in his selfish desire to build an empire, as Pharaoh also did to Israel in Egypt. As Pharaoh also did to the Israelites in Egypt. When Solomon died, it was time to appoint a new king, and his son Rehoboam, a foolish and arrogant person, was asked what he could do to alleviate the yoke his father had put on them. Then he buckled the opportunity. My father made your yoke heavy, but I will add to your yoke. My father chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scourges. Of course, Rehoboam suffered the repercussion. The kingdom was divided. The kingdom of Israel was divided. And to your tent, O Israel, was the people's response. What Nigerians want from the next president is a sure assurance that he would lighten the yoke Buhari has put on us. That is what we are seeking. We want someone that is going to lighten the yoke Buhari put on us, and not someone that is going to be as foolish as Rehoboam's son, as Solomon's son, that is going to make it more hard on us. We want somebody that is going to lighten the yoke and relieve us from the hardship, the insecurities, the suffering that the Buhari's administration has put on us. We want someone that can gain our confidence again, because we've definitely lost all hope in this present administration. And it's quite unfortunate that all the promises he made, none has been fulfilled. Instead, everything has plunged from bad to worse. Now, reading on. We don't want a foolish president like Rehoboam, who will add to our yoke of hunger, sickness, insecurity, and suffering in the midst of plenty. If that happens in 2023, of course, to your tent, O Nigerians, we all know what that means. That will be the response, or a Sri Lankan option, which is long overdue but might be disastrous. Like the biblical Solomon, I know Tinubu is wise and smart, but he shouldn't make the blunders Solomon made by oppressing the people for his selfish gain. If he will not do it, fine, but his campaigners should not make his task more difficult than it ought to be. Stop abusing your opponents. Stop all vulgar language and vituperation. Stop lying to the people. Stop propaganda. Concentrate on the manifesto of Tinubu and how the manifesto will work. Even when the Muslim ticket has ruffled, even though the Muslim ticket has ruffled some feathers, the way out of it is wisdom, pacification, genuine love, understanding of those concerned, and planned and sustained program of talking to them with wisdom, patience, and sincerity. It might take time. So definitely, my beloved people, we need someone that's competent enough, that is going to take us out of the mess the current administration has placed us in, that is going to take us out of the mess of insecurity, hardship, hunger, economic instability, and several other things this administration has brought, and not someone that is going to make us suffer the more. And with the way I'm saying it, since Tinubu was instrumental to Buhari's emergence as the president, then Tinubu emerging as the next president is definitely going to be an extension of Buhari's administration. Is definitely going to be an extension, just like the biblical reference that was given concerning Solomon and Rehoboam. Rehoboam is the son of Solomon, and when asked how he was going to handle his country, when asked how he was going to handle his territory, his response, he said he's going to make things even worse than what his father has done. This is just a clear indication. The writing is clear. The writing is clear. And I believe Nigerians are more wiser. I believe Nigerians are wiser now to do the right thing, to make the right decisions. I believe we are experienced, because as the saying goes, experience is the best teacher. We don't want anyone that is going to make things more hard on us. So definitely Tinubu's emergence as a president this time around is just going to be an extension of everything that we are passing through now, and that means it's going to be more wars, and is going to be something that's going to be beyond our country. Because just look at how everything is going on now. See the way everyone is complaining. Tinubu's administration is just going to be another version, a newer version of Buhari's administration, because Buhari and Tinubu, they know themselves. They definitely know themselves, and that's just how it is. Thank you. Do well to like, subscribe, and then turn on your notifications for more news updates from us. Thank you.